Folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. This video is going to be a follow-up on this Hive 16. That's a newspaper combine of laying worker hive number 1 that we put on top. So hive 1 superseded, and I also gave them a frame with some eggs to make a new queen, and each time they failed to make a new queen. So after all the brood had emerged, it had been a few days and the workers started laying. So it's really hard to get that stopped. There's a lot of ways to do it. It takes a long time. To me, it's not worth it anymore to do that. I just combine them right off as soon as I can to get it stopped. And if the laying worker hive is fairly strong, I'll put a newspaper on there so it's a slow introduction and they don't attack each other. If it's a weak hive, I'll just set it on there. I have used a method where I will use a single screen combine, and that way the bees can touch but they can't attack each other, and the pheromones will work their way up through that screen and they'll stop the laying worker thing. But this works just as well, and it's fast and easy. So let me give you a shot right here of the entrance. So it's about 90 degrees today for a high. It's not that right now, but down here in the shade it's a little cooler, but there's no breeze. But they're really fanning that hive and the one next to it. And these two hives here, 16 and 17, are the 17 swarmed early on in the year. Actually, it was a supersedure, and they had an extra queen, and one of the queens left, and I caught her out in that plum tree when the plums were blooming. So it was pre-swarm season, so it really wasn't a swarm. It was sort of a cast swarm. So let's get in here and see how they've combined, what it looks like. And I don't know if you saw the newspaper out front. So this newspaper, I suspect, is pretty much gone. And I'm going to open up this entrance because it's too hot out and humid for them to be blocked off like this. And this hive is strong enough that they don't need that anymore. And I'm not feeding anymore either. In fact, I can probably pull this entrance feeder off. It's not doing anything other than just blocking there. I'll set it right there for now. Okay, what we want to see is a healthy population of bees up here in the top, which means they've combined and they've spread out and everything's going well. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a good sign. And this queen from this swarm, man, she is getting it too. I pulled multiple frames of brood from her to make splits and to add brood frames to swarms. So when you have a hive that you know it's not going to build up enough to make honey, more than likely, through the year, you can use it as a resource hive, and that's sort of what I'm doing right here. I don't have my smoker lit. I probably ought to have it lit. They seem to be fairly docile though. Oh man, look at that. You couldn't ask for anything better than that. Complete coverage. We may need to put a honey super on this now. We'll go through a few frames and see what they look like. You know, if it's getting full up here, we'll put a super on here. I've got one left. Let me get my smoker lit. Yeah, we might even see some brood up here if that queen's came up and started laying in the top. So that's about a third full of nectar there, that last frame. Which some of this may have had some when I brought it over. I don't remember exactly how full it was. But you know, it wasn't a strong hive because they never could get right. This is about the same. A little heavier than the other. Just liquid. It smells good. Tells me it's from forage and not from sugar water. I may be smelling the other hives though. It is so sweet smelling down here. This one's really heavy. So we've got good brood here and this patchy drone brood looking stuff. So I'm hoping that's not where the queen worked it out and started laying right, and I just combined two good queens. But yeah, you can see all this bumpy stuff. See all that bumpy brood? That's all drones from the laying workers, or a bad queen. And this brood right here, see how it's nice and flat? That's what you want. So yeah, the new queen, the original queen from below came up and laid that good looking brood. That's my story. It's all bumpy, yucky looking on this side. That's weird. I don't remember that flat brood from before, like the good stuff. That's weird. If I'd seen that before, which it wouldn't have been there, I wouldn't have combined them like this. If I'd seen that before, I wouldn't have done it. So here's some flat brood, good looking brood. So this has got to be from our queen below that came up and filled this. And this is all nectar here. Boy, she has loaded that up, or they've loaded that up. Lots of foraging going on. Whoa, boy, look at that. It's a brood bomb. I love seeing those. She is one dynamite queen. What's that guy's name that said dynamite? Jimmy Walker, something like that. I should call her Dynamite. Dynamite. Yeah, I think she's came up here and laid. She's run out of room because it's all nectar bound now. We'll look at some more frames. There's some drone brood there. We might find swarm cells. Yep, there's some more. Oops, I squished a bee. Two bees. Two bees or not two bees. So this is all fresh laid larvae right there. We might spot her on this frame. Nope, don't see her. So yeah, not only did they combine well, the queen has came up and made good use of this space. So after I pulled some splits off of this hive, I reduced it down. So then I added this back. That gave them some more space. I'd say they could use a super. I mean, they're not super crowded, but I don't know if there's enough flow left to support another super, but I'll throw one on here. I've got one left. This is all nectar. She won't be on here unless she's extra thirsty. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that. So we see it's a good combine. So here, a bee just stung me on this nitrile glove. I was talking about these in a prior video. If I can get this to focus good. Right there's the stinger. But see how they don't penetrate? It's just hanging off. So they can't sting through these gloves. These are 14 mil Flicksters. I'll put a link below. Thickster, not Flickster. Thickster. And I'm wearing glove liners underneath them, so when you're ready to take them off, they just slide off. All right, I'm gonna go get a super. And the only supers I have left are just pure foundation. I don't have any drawn ones left. So, you know, if anything, they'll get one started drawing out for next year. Let me find me there's one. Just happens to be an excluder right there next door. I'm gonna smack these down in there just in case there's a queen up here. Queens and the supers. No bueno. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back, and this is one of those supers I've had for a long time that I bought at a bee club meeting. And look how they made the handles. They're a good deal. They're cheap, but man, when these are full, lifting that with these crappy little handholds, it's no fun. So that's why that's the last one. I thought there's one more like it out here somewhere. But yeah, that smells good, that fresh wax foundation. So I like to use this wax foundation for my supers. And then once it's drawn out, I save these every year when they're drawn out, and I store them and I keep them safe. So the next year all the bees have to do is just fill it up. They don't have to build any comb. So hopefully they'll get this drawn out, and that's one less, or that much less work some other bees will have to do next year. So that's it. Yeah, good combine. Man, I haven't seen one that good with laying workers in a long time. That just goes to show you, with this really strong nectar flow, a good this year's mated queen, how fast they grow and advance. Plus I pulled at least 3 frames of brood out of this hive to make splits with for these wildflower meadow queens that I bought. So yeah, this hive is doing good. We might even get some honey out of it. Wouldn't that be something? So that is it. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.